In this next part, we're going to meet with Felicia Keiselhorst, who's our department head of digital photography, and she's going to talk about her experiences of becoming a professional photographer.
Okay, cool. I'm up. Okay, so what is a professional photographer? That's where we're going to start. A lot of people who come into sessions are already hobbyist photographers, amateur photographers, maybe even professional photographers already. We do also have some students who come in with their first time with like a true camera. That's great. But you might want to think like, why do I need this? So I feel like a hobbyist photographer is taking pretty pictures. They've usually got some eye for it and they're excited about it, but their photos, they're pretty. That's about what you can say about them. What we are looking for in a professional photographer at sessions or when clients are hiring me, we're looking for like a visual storyteller who's giving a really consistent project that's got the technical stuff and the compositional stuff. We're looking for like a unique style, like what makes my photos different from Meryl's photos. Or we were chatting earlier about 6 photography friends of mine getting together and all shooting something different. So a professional photographer is going to have a more unique style that can be paired to them. And they're going to be really well-rounded with the technical things, the business skills, some visual topics. You can read the specifics here, but like Meryl, I'm not going to read out my slide. But it's a little bit more than just a pretty picture. We're looking for something a little deeper. Okay, we can move on. Okay, so I love this picture of these guys laughing. There's so much about being a professional photographer that's not happening behind the camera when you click the shutter. So something that I get told at a lot of weddings, other events as well, but weddings particularly, guests will come up to me after I've been shooting all day and they'll say, "Oh, you're the best photographer we've ever met." And I always laugh because they've never seen my photos. They have no idea what I'm doing, but they feel good and they feel well taken care of. They can sense that I'm confident. I'm always there, wherever there is, by the cake, by the dance, by the bouquet. And this sense of like ownership of the whole package, not just the camera, but the whole thing is what keeps your clients coming back and keeps your clients referring out. So there's so much more to photography than just pressing that shutter button. All right, next slide. Okay, program strengths. Okay, so we have the certificate and we have the AOS. Why would you get a BFA? I like to think about the 10,000 hour rule, that you can kind of become an expert at something if you do it, practice it correctly, hopefully, for 10,000 hours. You might practice incorrectly for 10,000 hours and never become an expert, but hopefully you're getting a little bit of guidance. So the certificate and the AOS, they're really sort of just like scratching the surface. You learn a lot about how to use your camera. You learn a lot of the basics of photography. You learn exposure, you learn composition, you learn a little bit of lighting. You learn the basics of the like business skills. And then when you move on to the BFA, you really get to dive into it. You get to like really hone in those business skills, but also work more, not just technically, but conceptually and honing in that style that I mentioned, how everyone should have a little bit of a unique style. So the AOS and the BFA, they complement each other. It's not like you don't need one or the other. They really are just an extension of each other. Next one. What's expected? Okay, so obviously you're in school for photography, so we want you to have fun, be creative, make work that's pushing your portfolio and like really getting your passions fired up. But we also want you to be a serious photographer, a serious student. We want you to like excel academically and photographically. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you really detailed critiques. We're going to help you interact with your peers and your peers' work. In my courses, I know Taz does this as well. Anytime I run across like an article in the New York Times or a photo blog I've been reading, I try to pepper that into the discussions because we want to also keep you current. We're just really working hard to engage all of our students in the curriculum and stay engaged with it ourselves. I don't want to teach the same class semester after semester, so I'm going to do my best to keep it fresh and exciting for every student coming through. I think that's about it. There we go.
Thank you.